Never gets old.
Never.
Never.
We do need a new song, though.
Or do it live.
Do it live. We're going to do it live.
Do it live.
Welcome to podcast number
29
on January 30th. We almost had 29 on 29. Man.
30 on 30.
30 on 30. We'll be 30 on 31st.
That's cool.
We missed it. It'll never happen again because we'll be out of 30 and 31
31.
zone. There we go.
Yeah. Dang.
We'll have to start a new series.
We could do 2 tonight if you want.
Well,
Chop it up.
welcome to podcast 29 and a half. Well, I'm glad to be here. Well, let's try to keep this one a little bit short today. I got to go do pay. We got to do payroll. We got to make sure people get paid. Or we could skip it and just hope everybody understands.
Take a poll. Ask them to raise their hand.
I was sick today,
Who here
guys.
wants to work? Oh,
I wasn't feeling it.
Man.
Right?
Been going through that. And it's not just one person. You know, it's tough.
Hey, anyway, we'll get into that stuff later. But yeah, it's fun stuff. Everything's going pretty good. We had a leadership meeting today talking about kind of what's going on. We were going to have Zeke come on board to talk. Zeke is going to be promoted to senior director of sales, where he's going to work with our directors of our individual industries and our new business development teams. Zeke is got a great blueprint for getting a whole lot of work done in a small amount of time and making sure that clients love the service. So it's great. If you're things are already going pretty good.
He's crushing it.
People like what we do in general, but if we can do that across the board, I mean.
Well, and I think what you were getting at is we were going to have him on, but he was too
busy
busy working.
We tried to go tap him. He was on a call setting up an appointment. We're like, okay,
never mind.
You're right. We don't need to do that. Hey, could you quit working so you can come talk about how good you are at working?
Some podcast time.
That's great. We've got Trey Meyer. I think he was on yesterday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Tuesday or the day before. Yeah, we're remote. We do remote Wednesdays. So for you guys wanting to scratch that remote itch, we let everyone work. We make everybody work remotely on Wednesday. Because sometimes there's a snowstorm or a nader. Big old tornado.
Or sometimes you just need to work on the building too. Yeah. It's a good time. Everybody's out.
It's pretty brutal here. It's pretty cramped. There's only 60,000 square feet. There's only one pool table. There's only one top golf. There's only one Golden Tee machine. There's only one gymnasium, but there are 6 baskets in it. There are,
Yeah.
It's sad.
People want to know what you do when no one's here.
I work.
Yeah. You don't pace the sales floor.
No.
I
will go sit, and that's the only time I really go sit in the office, in my office.
I bet it's peaceful.
It's all right. Yeah. It's good. When you own a business, though.
Yeah.
It's just like you can always be doing something, but it feels a whole lot better when people are working and the business is making money.
Yeah.
It's like it feels good when in the office watching good stuff happen.
Yeah.
Seeing people hit their goals, knowing that they're going to make their commission, knowing that they get to go buy the house or the car or whatever. Seeing some new cars show up here, which is cool.
Yeah.
Somebody had something nice. I can't remember. Somebody's got one of those Jeep Gladiators.
Yep.
They're badass.
I think that's Anna.
Is it Anna?
With the Gladiator. Yeah.
Never mind.
It's pretty sweet.
So cool. It's not that cool.
It's sick. It's like a Jeep with a truck bed.
I'm just teasing. It's super cool. I'm jealous. I would like to take the doors off. I know Lauren really likes Jeep stuff. She wanted a Wrangler for a long time. But I would tell her, like, man, it's like a gazillion dollars to buy one that's got 100,000 miles on it.
Yeah. They're money pits, 100%.
The guy who owns the car dealership off of, is it Old 100 or Manchester Road? I can't remember. It's not off of 100. It's the other road. Like if you're going 100 and take Pond, it's like by Big Chief Roadhouse.
Oh, yeah.
That guy's hoarding all the
Sunnies.
He's got all the Jeep Wranglers in
Sunnies.
St. Louis area.
Yeah.
There's 30 Jeep Wranglers.
I've done business with that guy.
Have you?
Yeah. You could do, there's worse guys you could probably buy a car from.
I mean, it's just one of those places where you're like, damn, dude, how many Jeep Wranglers do you need?
They fix them up and sell them there.
Oh, okay. So that's like their specialty?
Yeah. If someone's got one that's broke, he'll buy it from you, fix it up, and then he'll sell it.
I need to get, Nikki's got it paid off. I think it's 2015 Wrangler 2-door.
Oh, there you go.
That needs to get the radio fixed in it. She's been silent for 2 years now.
Oh, you could just trade cars one day and drop it off at Old Boy.
Yeah, that's what I should do.
He's right up the road, and he's got a ton of Wranglers. You know, he works on them.
Yeah.
They're out front.
Which I didn't know. Jeep is like Chrysler.
Yeah.
So all of their stereos are like the same.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I really like their infotainment system, that Uconnect thing.
Mm-hmm.
We had a Jeep Cherokee. I think Evan's got one of those, maybe. Man, it was nice. It was cool. You got like all the stuff. I think we just got engaged, and Lauren was doing like her clinical stuff. So she had to drive like a real far distance.
Oh, yeah.
She had like a used car and had a high mileage, and it was kind of questionable. And I was like, well, we're going to get married. I don't want you to drive a car like that anyway.
Right,
so like, I'll just buy this car.
Let's get one.
And I thought I was hot shit for a second.
That's cool.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I was like, hey, marrying your daughter. I just bought her a car, blah, blah, blah. But also I had to make the money go far. So we were looking at different stuff.
Yeah.
And Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and all, I think their motto is maybe some of the stuff breaks, but you got a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
It had a heated steering wheel. It had heated seats.
Buick's kind of like that now, too.
Are they?
Buick, yeah. I like them.
A sunroof. It had all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
That for $10,000 less than like the next car. And the transmission did blow out. It totally blew up like within the first month. But then we just got a new one because it was under warranty.
Yeah, it seems like these days that could be any car. Any car. I guess do you have a car with Apple CarPlay? I was just thinking between the Tesla and some of the other ones, you probably don't. Apple CarPlay.
I've got the Aston's got crappy stuff.
Yeah.
It's got like one of them's a Garmin or something like that. It's just it's brutal.
I mean, people with money like Garmin, but I like the Apple CarPlay.
Oh, it's garbage. I would have like Apple CarPlay if I could.
All the bougie fishermen or the golfers, they've all got their Garmin.
Oh no, this is garbage. Maybe it's TomTom or something. I don't know.
Oh my God, TomTom.
Brutal.
What a throwback. I forgot about that.
It was like, okay, we have no money. I think this was back when Aston had just been bought from Ford. So this is 2016 DB9. And it's not like I bought it new or whatever. I actually bought it supposedly it was a salvage. It's not. Some guy scratched it and said, "You're going to total this insurance company," and they did. So I got like a new Aston Martin with 3,000 miles on it.
Yeah,
it was freaking sweet.
It is a steal.
Shout out 74 Auto in Sykeston, Missouri. I think Sykeston.
You've plugged them a lot.
I think they got a new thing called Recar or something like that. I mean, it's pretty cool, dude. There's a whole subculture of guys that just buy like supercars and really nice stuff that have like a stain on the title, and some things are more serious than others, like, water damage or whatever. That's one thing. But, some of the things are just like guys throwing their money around with their insurance company and just saying, no.
Tail fin got ripped off.
I need a check for a new car.
Cool.
So it gets totaled and then people go reselling. It's cool.
Crazy.
I'm about it. Yeah, it's awful. I've had Lincoln before. Lincoln's nice. It's not Apple CarPlay. I don't have anything with Apple CarPlay.
Apple CarPlay is nice because the second you get near your car, your phone syncs up, and so then.
No, I do.
Yeah.
Lauren's we got a minivan.
The minivan. That's
Chrysler
the one
Pacifica's
I was
got
wondering about. It's sweet.
It's really cool.
You just plug it in on your phone and your map's up on the screen.
But she uses Apple Maps. She likes using Apple Maps, and I think she's crazy. I'm a big Apple guy, but Google Maps.
Does Google Maps give you the speed trap alerts and warning ahead?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it turns the roads red and stuff when it's congested.
Yeah.
And most importantly, it like smoothly your icon goes across the screen.
That is annoying.
Apple, it's like ding, 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 ding.
Well, and it can lose track, so you'll be like the arrow will keep moving, but the screen that's viewing it stays static, and you're like, oh,
that's happened to me downtown. Going to the Blues games, always in the same spot. It'll crash. It's the only time it's ever happened.
That way. But I do use it for the speed traps now.
Just drive the speed limit.
And I do for the most part. But sometimes you can wander a little bit, 10 over or whatever. I don't want to get a ticket these days. Just had a kid or whatever.
They don't give you tickets for 10 over anymore, do they?
Yeah.
If you're driving a BMW, they do.
Yeah, definitely. They're looking for me.
I think they wake up in the morning and they're like,
"What color Beamer am I getting
mother
today?"
BMW guys, Beamer
with my inline 4 single turbo.
I like the coffee can fart box cars.
Do you know those are all fake now?
No.
In new BMWs, it is purely external audio. It's not your exhaust anymore.
What?
So it's quiet in the cab, and it's a little louder outside. So that even the muffler pops and the rumbles, it's all fake. Artificial noise.
I hope it's done, dude. We're, again, without getting too far into the weeds on the politics stuff, I think we're back. I think there's stuff that's getting talked about that I'm really digging. Somebody, and by somebody I mean the president, just floated the idea of, do we really need the income tax? Can we get rid of income taxes?
Do we?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. You tax me every other way.
Would it be cool if we, like, could we opt out of Social Security and then not collect it? I would love that. Just hey, give me the money so I can do it.
If you don't want to use it.
That's an interesting thought, right?
I would love to do it and say, like, look, you've paid this much in, and like, I don't know, maybe get a rebate back. Maybe you get nothing. Maybe it's just like, hey, the benefit is you don't have to pay anymore.
You served your
and
country.
You can never take, out of it. Something like I just don't know.
Yeah,
it's a losing scheme, right? There's too many people that need support, and then you're paying too much, and the benefits and stuff. Did you see? We'll just jump straight into the new stuff. Did you see put a freeze on some of the federal funding stuff?
Yeah.
Did you hear about some of the shit that we were spending, the taxpayers were spending money on?
Dude, it's such a double-edged sword, because I used to be pretty conservative where it's like, cut down spending or whatever. And I met my in-laws who've got 2 daughters with special needs, so they count on a lot of that stuff.
None of that got touched.
Well,
he specifically wrote, anything that is paid to an individual does not get touched.
But the agencies were confused, so a lot of that got tied up in gridlock for a few days, and it's not anyone's fault.
I don't think they're not confused.
And everything's worked out now, but it was really stressful for my in-laws for a few days. But then there's
called malicious compliance. One of those things, the portals got shut down because they're like, malicious what? Even compliance. Though this says
100%,
this benefit or these types of benefits will not be affected at all. I think like Medicaid or Medicare, one of those portals got shut down. And it was like, no, we told you, don't do that.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with
exactly what happened.
He put a freeze, and I'll just say one of the things. He put a freeze on spending, was it $50 million on condoms to go to Gaza? What?
And that's just
why do we need to pay for that?
Life-saving care.
It's not life-saving
care. No, it's lumped in with pork barrel.
Do you know what they do with them? They put gas in the condoms and then tie explosives to them, and then they float up, and there's pictures of it. That's what they're used for.
Pretty creative. They've got a lot of free time over there.
I don't know about free time, but I mean, gonna MacGyver stuff or whatever. I'm just saying, come here.
Come on in, Sam. This is a perfect time for you to join us.
We're talking about taxes, tax to death. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm glad to see stuff getting cut. Let's cut stuff.
Yeah.
Let's cut stuff. We got more money. If you got more money to be generous with, like, dude, people, I think in general, are generous. And one of the things that really sucks is by the time you're done paying all your taxes and all that junk, it's hard to give.
Yeah.
To your church or to a community or somebody in need or blah, 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 blah. Because, like, dude, I'm already giving 40, 50%.
Well, not all. If you don't ever cut out the people abusing the system one way or the other, it jams it up for the people who actually need it too. So it's like, however many million on condoms in Gaza, what can that money have gone to?
Did you see the stats on border crossing incidents?
Recently?
Daily?
No, I'm sure it's gone down.
It was like 2,000 something. I don't know if that was the average or last days of Biden or something like that, but it was like 2,000 border crossing incidents per day. It's like 140. Now since Trump took over.
There you go.
So it's not hard to do the thing that you want to do.
Do you believe in all the my wife was bringing up all this stuff from The Economist about how price of goods and services are going to go up because they don't have agricultural workers to go work the fields if they're being deported.
No.
It's like, dude.
And first of all, F you if you take advantage of people because they're
You're
illegal and cheap.
breaking the law.
You're a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, this is the first thing I said was like, well, first of all, they're operating illegally, so we should just ignore that. But also,
So you're a proponent of slave labor, basically. It's like, oh man, all our slaves are leaving. All of our indentured servants are gone. All the people, the nannies and stuff that they're wanting to keep around and this and that. And yes, it's over.
Legal citizens only.
It's gone. Pay people legit money. We could pay people less. I know we could. I don't want to do it.
Oh, and then
I can't do it.
Imagine that. You can tax that money too.
What do you mean?
That would help the cause, right? Instead of just giving them untaxed money that you never get to send to your public works programs.
Oh, well, yeah, but that's a problem.
So you want to keep people in the country you can't tax and then demand more tax money from the citizens who are working hard and playing the game right. That's crazy.
I heard, I was watching a bunch of interviews and trying to keep, I think JD Vance was talking about how back when he's in the private sector, he was discussing some of the laws and stuff with the CEO of a big hotel chain. And a lot of the stuff was getting brought up, even back then. And the guy's like, well, we can't do that because if you crack down on illegal immigration and people have to be a citizen and, the policy of hiring Americans first, like it'll kill our profits. Like I can't pay
For
people
hospitals
cash under the table. Hotels.
Interesting.
I
know hospitals like
pay people more
because they get to write all that off.
Pay people more. That's all I'm saying. And then the tariff thing, they're like, well, if you buy something from this place and there's a tariff on it, it's going to go up. And it's like, well, only if you buy it from that place.
Yeah.
Maybe we won't drink Colombian coffee. Maybe we'll drink coffee that we grow here.
Or maybe you'll pay
coffee
a little
from
more.
some other place. Or instead of selling no coffee, they'll just play ball and stuff will happen.
Yep.
Like, I mean, you heard when he said they were wanting to ship back to deport people to Colombia. The president of Colombia said, we're not taking them. And Trump was like, yeah, you are. And you'll like it. He literally said that. He goes, and we'll tariff you like whatever. Within like 100%. An hour or two. He was like, hey, we're taking them back.
Yeah, you're right.
I think he even sent like the own like Colombian plane over to like pick them up instead of us.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you got some juice and you got the weight, use it.
Well, it's reciprocal. It's not like, if someone was coming bringing the law in Colombia, they probably send them back.
Now,
right?
here's the problem. We got a bunch of politicians that get paid under the table to go do all this backwards ass bullshit to try to knock us down. That's it. Ship taxpayer dollars out. Who cares if it screws the taxpayer over because you're getting paid under the table? 100%. Elizabeth Warren yesterday was complaining to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. in his hearing about like, will you promise not to sue pharmaceutical companies? Like what?
Why?
No, why? Well, would you blanketly give like a pharmaceutical company, a multi-billion organization, just like carte blanche to do whatever they want without repercussion? No, it sounds like a terrible idea.
Crazy.
But you know what? She also gets millions of dollars from pharmaceutical companies for a campaign.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. So that's what I'm saying. All the stuff in general seems like it's really good. I think that in the first like week or so, basically he's accomplished what probably a lot of presidents wish they could accomplish in
a full term.
Full term, 4 years. Even if you don't wish that he could accomplish, let's say you don't agree with any of the stuff that he's done. Okay, let's say you think it's all bad, which is fine. It's still about a full term worth of bad decisions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there are things being done.
The one executive order that undid every single executive order by Joe Biden.
It's awesome.
With one stroke of a pen.
It's another thing.
Whatever that guy did.
Done.
Straight to jail.
Again, decisions have consequences. If you all of a sudden start playing by this set of rules where you can just do executive orders, you can't be mad when the next guy does it.
It's true.
It's like, oh, it's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was closing the door behind me on that one. You can't do that.
That stuff's been happening forever.
Anyway, sorry that we're going on. I'm excited, pumped up. Economy's going good. People have a better outlook on stuff.
They definitely do.
We're talking to startups, small businesses wanting to work with us. We got guys that are using their own cash. We got guys who are confident they're going out doing lines of credit. They're getting loans. They're turning
customers coming back.
Customers
buying more programs.
We had an upsell today. Client bought Miami.
Yeah.
It's badass. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
So anyway,
he's only been working with us for 90 days.
Closed how much?
Over $600,000. Has another $2.5 million sitting there in quoted work.
90 days.
In 90
That's
days.
excellent.
It was less than that. It hasn't even been 90
Adam
days.
Broughton.
Yeah.
Adam.
And you know what? Thank goodness we're doing contracts so we can get rid of the guy who a year or two ago.
Yeah, signed up in January. Like, 4 appointments.
Yeah, hey, I
quit.
just closed $600,000. I'm going to quit now and just count my money.
Yep.
And then like you call you a year later and be like, hey Sam, it would be great if I can just like get some more sales appointments for a month. Like, no, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Grow your business.
If you want to do that, you can go somewhere else that sells leads. Like it's disruptive to our business model. It kills morale.
If you just want a few a month, it's really not that hard.
Yeah. But, if you want a few this month, why wouldn't you want more next month?
Yeah.
That would be my question.
Yeah, just tell your rep, hey, just keep building the pipeline, bud.
Yeah.
Let's push some of these out just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They are there to work for you.
What else has been going on? Kansas City Chiefs paid the refs again to help them win. I don't know if you guys talked about that.
That's subjective.
I did. No, I did see a
the Bills should have won, dude.
A Bills fan compiled every single instance from that game where the refs moved the ball forward, and it's pretty bad.
And
subjective.
And first of all, I hate the fact that we don't have the Rams here. Okay, and if you are going to sit there and tell me that the Chiefs didn't have something to do with helping to conspire to get the Rams out of St. Louis so that they could have the market, a bigger market.
It's well known. The Hunt family, the owners of the Chiefs, were the deciding vote. It was literally split, and Mr. Hunt decided to
lose them all, as far as I care.
It was in their best interest. If you take St. Louis out, they get a bigger market share.
Lose them all.
Yep.
Battlehawks, caw.
I love the Battlehawks.
Do you? Because they called us and asked if we wanted to get some sort of sponsorship going.
Believe it or not, it's very wholesome, very family friendly.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah. You go to the tailgate and stuff.
I will
that
say,
gets rowdy, but
at least at the interim, pretty proud.
I'm
proud of their product.
I might wait on that. I heard the UFL might not make it.
I think they're all going to fold.
Yeah.
What I think would be cool, and we'll see if this happens, but could we be the jersey sponsor?
Oh yeah.
If we can get a Battlehawks jersey with Arsenal BG,
that'd be dope.
Do you know who makes their jerseys?
They could lose every freaking game and fold. They could fold as soon after one game.
Those are all Gildan
as long as I get a jersey.
Yeah.
Like off-brand.
People buying jerseys has the logo. Yeah.
We totally could.
Why don't you make that happen?
Mm-hmm.
There's zero. I don't think there's any real return on investment for that. But
the return is everyone in St. Louis that has a Battlehawks jersey also has an Arsenal BG logo on it for life.
That's already sold. If it's not sold, try to pursue it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I love the Battlehawks.
I like them too.
Almost every home game last year.
Does AJ McCarron still play for him?
No.
I liked him.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I think the story was he wanted to go play for them so his kids could watch him play. Is that?
Yeah, he was a backup on the Eagles, I believe, and then he retired, and they just wanted to show him that he could still play. He played for nothing, like $60,000 or something.
It's like the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
I got 2 little boys out, and I want them to remember their daddy playing.
Dad can
That's so cool.
Sling the pigskin.
Yeah,
quarter mile.
He was really good.
Oh, he's a stud.
He was really good. Maybe it's the competition, but
didn't he get? I think famously, I could be the wrong guy, but isn't
he won a championship in Alabama, and his girlfriend,
wife
now, Catherine something. She was drooled over by Brent Musburger during a live broadcast.
Okay, I'm remembering right. He was like, this guy, this announcer is talking
Brent Musburger, one of the longest college football announcers of all time.
What?
He's like, oh, geez, those quarterbacks, they get all the girls. He's something like that.
He was just something he's sitting there.
He was in love, smitten.
He was like, Cam on live TV is like a national championship. And he's like, wow, would you just look at her?
No.
I mean, look at her. That is a beautiful girl.
I'm pretty sure he blacked out, dude. I don't think he knew what was going on.
Now, when you're a quarterback at Alabama, you see that lovely lady there. She does go to Auburn, I want to admit that. But she also, Miss Alabama, and that's A.J. McCarron's girlfriend, okay? And right there on the right is Dee Dee Bonner. That's AJ's mom. Wow, I'm telling you, quarterbacks, you get all the good-looking women. What a beautiful woman.
Wow, AJ's doing some things right down in
So if you're a youngster in Alabama, start getting the football out and throw it around the backyard with Pops.
He woke up like a minute later.
To tell you who Brent Musburger is, you remember the Water Boy?
Yeah.
He's the one that's in the announce booth where the guy's like,
shut up, Brent.
Like, that's Brent Musburger.
Jeez, what
He's
a guy.
been doing it for decades.
What a guy.
But yeah, Catherine something.
What else happened? An airplane and a helicopter, Black Hawk.
Yeah.
No survivors.
Bad news. No survivors.
It's kind of weird.
It's tough.
Yeah. It was landing.
In like D.C. too.
It was in D.C. They were landing at Reagan Airport.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, the conspiracy theorist guys say, who's on that plane?
Yeah, well, it was an ice skating team.
Yeah. So it was like U.S. figure skating.
It was a military Black Hawk. The military made a mistake, flew into the plane, and they both crashed. I don't know. Sometimes accidents happen. Internet.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know if there's anything more to it.
I did read that like recently the near miss factor or whatever has gone up like substantially over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Past 10 years, it's like out of control.
I was reading in space, it's going to get bad too. There's a ton of just junk in the
and
upper atmosphere. And it's getting tough to launch stuff without getting it damaged.
I can't remember. Doesn't the space shuttle or the space station, don't they have to like boost it up every now and then? Isn't it like continuously like getting closer to Earth?
I don't think so.
I think so. Yeah, it would fall because the gravity would pull it in. I think at some point.
I think you have to be within a certain. I'm not a physicist or astronaut, but I think you have to be within a certain range before you start getting pulled in. But maybe I'm wrong.
I hope so.
Because they looped around the moon to get back when they lost all their engines on Apollo. They lost all their engines, and they used the gravitational pull to loop around the moon and then slingshot back. So I know you don't automatically get sucked in. There's a certain range you have to get for. I think they're just up there, floating.
The astronaut stuff's cool.
It is crazy.
You see
I would never go out of this.
Really?
planet.
Elon's looking for
Never.
volunteers.
No, never.
So cool.
He'll send you to Mars.
I'll be the very
for
last
free.
person
Like a
to
king of
sign up
Mars,
for that.
Yeah.
King
for
of
free.
Mars. Be like, I own 1,000,000 acres on Mars.
That's a good solution. I mean, you don't have to make money.
You wouldn't live there.
You have a specific job.
Huh?
You wouldn't live on Mars.
Nah, I got kids.
Right. Not for
Would
us.
you take
but
your kids and your wife to Mars to be the king of Mars? You would uproot
To be
your
the king
whole-
of Mars?
The king?
Yeah.
It means you're the first one there. Figure it all out yourself.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
And I could be the righteous
There's
person
no
that makes all the right
there's
decisions.
no oxygen.
Matt Damon grew
There's no
potatoes in a
oxygen.
tent, dude. It's fine.
Yeah,
You're
pooped in a
building
tent.
you're building an
all right.
artificial place to live and saying, "Oh yeah, it'll be fine." Like, you kidding me? Like, that's like going underwater
Have you
and,
never-
having
you've-
like
No,
having an air
no.
tank. for
They,
life.
Sam
they
doesn't
can
camp
they
very
say
much.
they can terraform it and they can give it an atmosphere.
they
And then
can.
it'll have like oxygen.
They do it here.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it.
Geoengineering, dude.
Did we land on the moon, Sam?
That is up for debate.
Who's
Up
to
for
say?
debate.
I will say this. Throughout school, all I learned about was like if the ozone layer disappears, we will literally be fried alive. We'll just fry. Right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
But if you go up out of the atmosphere in a space shuttle in a metal tube, which kind of to me sounds like you're riding in an oven,
Yeah. You don't cook up.
doesn't happen.
That's a good point.
I don't get it.
Science is fake. All of it.
I don't get it. The thing is, if you get on the internet, you can be convinced of everything.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard science described once by a physicist that science is just our best guess. It's the best math we can come up with to explain something. Doesn't mean it's the answer. It's just the closest thing we have to an answer.
You could do. I mean, you could.
And it's true.
You could be convinced we landed. You could be convinced
Yeah.
that we didn't. You could be convinced that there's a Nazi base on the dark side of the moon.
I
You could
like
be
the
convinced that,
multiverse.
like
CERN goofed, and we're in a multiverse. That's what I think.
a multiverse.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's like a theory. Do you ever feel like, have you ever been close to death? Like
It's like
situation where you
Voltron,
should have
the
died?
fifth dimension.
Yeah. They're
There's
saying,
Have I
all
ever been
sorts of
close to
different
death?
dimensions.
yeah, like maybe there's some
Every
people
day
might
when
have-
I'm doing my secret missions.
payroll day.
Yeah. Every day at work.
There's a theory that you did die and you have just come back in another universe where you didn't die.
How do you know it's not the first time?
What?
How do you know it's not the first time?
That's like
You don't?
base. That's like base reality
Yeah.
theory. You
Yeah.
ever heard that?
Yep.
The things keep getting so good that you ultimately would be in a simulation.
Mhm.
There's a bunch of things like. Have you heard the I don't know if it's 1,000 monkeys, but the monkey and the typewriter theory. If you gave
I think so.
like an infinite amount of monkeys, an infinite amount of time with the typewriter, they eventually would type all of the works of Shakespeare
Oh, yeah.
verbatim.
It's the same thing as like you've got a 1/1,000,000th possibility
I'm going
of
with nope. That's not going to happen.
like slapping your
sounds
hand
good
through
theory.
the table. Yeah. It's true. I mean, well,
in
it's
an
not true.
infinite
It is a
amount of
theory.
time.
It's not going to happen.
It's like
not gonna
you put an apple in a box and eventually it'll decay and then atoms will reform and there's like a 1/1,000,000th possibility that it could reform into an apple
Never going to
someday.
happen.
No,
Never going to happen.
it doesn't make sense.
Never gonna
There's a
happen.
life cycle. Grows on a tree, sun, rain, whatever.
Anyway, Matt, what about you, man? Got any weird, funky stuff?
Nothing
None of that
new.
stuff?
No, nothing
Nothing new.
He's still coming back.
Yeah,
from
it's
the
still
cold.
recovering, dude.
Still
Yeah.
getting my voice back.
I was about to say maybe no shows coming up. When you're letting
No.
the voice heal.
No studio time, no nothing.
Matt
Yeah.
might be hiding an IV under that coat right now. You got a cough drop, man?
Yeah, I put one in.
What's your flavor? What do you like?
It's like a lemon something, lemon and honey.
I just want to point out this is the perfect time to promote what would be great to go with if he had an IV while he was sitting down in that chair. You know what would be really good?
Hoop chair.
Hoop chair.
Hoopchair.com.
Hoopchair.com.
Order it today.
I thought of you guys.
Hoop chair GT.
They invented it. It's like a Segway that sits into an office chair. I just saw them demoing it. I think Honda makes it. And you can stand.
We'll have to go find out when that patent's filed because they probably listen to this.
Well, there's no toilet seat on there, so I think you guys are cool. Just an add-on maybe that you guys could pitch to them.
I mean,
Hoop chair belongs to us.
Could you quit crushing our dreams?
Yeah,
live.
It was Honda.
Yeah,
It wasn't me.
live on camera.
Let's do it live.
Let's do it live.
Who is this?
Dude, I mean, honestly, it's not. It's a ridiculous thing. It's just fun to say. It's just fun to say.
Who's emptying those?
Well, in the Poop Chair 3000, it's got
it's incinerated.
an infinite recycling effect.
You ever seen the movie Envy?
It runs on
disappears.
the waste, right?
Methane.
That thing creates
Sure.
it.
Well,
The office stinks, but
We got enough guys with cologne here. I think you're fine.
integrated headset gas mask to.
Oof, that's good. Multi-purpose.
And you said being close to death, have the headset explode if you don't set up an appointment.
Oh man,
I bet people would be close to that.
you got to take this appointment.
Gotta close. I'm just teasing.
I bet people would stick around to see how the day finishes up. Huh?
I love joking about stuff like that because it's so ridiculous. Could you or if you had locks on the doors where unless you hit your numbers you couldn't leave, you swipe your badge to leave, and it's like you need 3 more dials.
We did.
I don't like that.
We did a little prank on New Year's Eve that we were gonna do.
Nobody likes it, but it's fun. It's fun to come up with
Arsenal
crazy stuff
lock-in.
like that.
Yeah.
Say what?
The Arsenal lock-in was a little prank on New Year's Eve. People thought we were actually staying until midnight, dialing
really?
after hours for charity. Arsenal lock-in. Yeah, it was hilarious.
We should do that.
We could.
We should do an April Fool's thing this year too. We have really good domains. We've got, I'm telling you, naturalsalesenhancement.com is a really good one.
Yeah.
Bad Boys of IT.
Bad Boys of IT.
Poopchair.com.
Poopchair.com.
Chunky Ranch LLC.
There's another one I want to say.
What's that?
We own, I believe it's.
Don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're referring to.
No idea.
We own a plethora of domains.
Ah,
We own a lot of them.
okay.
Don't know of any particular ones, necessarily. Cannot confirm or deny all of the domains that we own, held by various subsidiaries and shell companies to protect our domains. Yeah, we own that one. All right. What? We do.
Anyway.
What?
It's true.
What? Chunky Ranch?
Oh, yeah.
Chunky Ranch is a good one.
It's going great, by the way.
That's the dumbest idea I've ever heard.
Everyone who's tried it loves it.
There's no such thing.
Yeah, well, people who only would love it would try it.
Hot-
So it's pretty good.
Oh, it's ridiculous. All right. We covered stuff. I mean, we got how many deals over the past 3 deals yesterday?
Yeah,
4.
we've had 3 deals in the last 24 hours. So,
Well,
we're
hold on.
cruising.
I set the timer. You said
You said you had a deal coming.
I said I felt good about it.
No,
you
guaranteed
said
it.
you put the Sam Baker guarantee on it, and I started
No.
a timer for 5 minutes.
That's not what happened.
I told everyone.
That's what you did. That's not what happened.
You said.
No, we got a guy. I mean, I pitched him a couple weeks ago. They keep reaching back out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not going to force you to do anything now, but we came down to it, and he's just like, we just want to get this signed and come up with some terms.
Is that
You know, what do you
roofer or
think?
is that Eddie's
Yeah,
deal?
these are the roofers that are in Nashville. Like, yeah, what do you want? We talked about it. I'm like, things that are acceptable are things we can control.
Yeah. It's true.
Outside of that, man, your likelihood of that getting accepted goes way down.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, what do you want? And he goes, I just want to know what other people do. I'm like, well, this is what we do. We usually get 5 or more appointments on a monthly basis for contractors. So how many do you need to see?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, like 90 days. I'm like, all right, if I got 15 or more meetings in the end of 90 days, would that be good enough to go to month 4? I said, yeah. I was like, all right, let's do it. And, well, I just want to talk with my partner, who's also on the call.
Yeah.
Basically without you. I'm like, you've been talking to me for weeks. What else do you need?
Yeah.
They say that they're signing that up later tonight. They just wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, some of that stuff.
Okay, fine.
You just got to call out and be like, I'm sorry. Like, are you considering going into business with me, but you don't trust me? So you want to not talk,
talking
presently? I mean, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It was also one of those things where I've already talked to them. Like, they know what this is. It's not like this was a one and done. Like, I was like, I thought we were getting on here to fill out the agreement. And they're like, well, we're going to just sit. We just wanted to know about the cancellation.
We'll talk about one more deal. We had a new client sign on. We're not going to say who, but man, they had some stones. They were like, hey, we need a discount. We're going to sign 36-month terms so we can get the $500 a month
$250
credit
off
plus the $4,500 credit, and you're going to do our digital marketing for free. But we want to be able to quit whenever we want.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
No thanks.
Then why would you sign a 36-month term?
I don't know, dude. It's like we want all the benefits, but none of the commitments.
Jesus.
I sent Sam the meme of Randy Jackson.
That's a no from me, dog.
I appreciate the hustle.
Yeah.
Get a deal, man. But like, are we going to build you a website for free and then
have you quit?
Yeah. You just take it?
Of course. Right.
Yeah. Great idea.
Makes no sense.
No.
Yeah.
Negotiate with your prospects.
So wait, we got a deal done there though, right?
Yeah. Well, we told him like, no offense, man, but like, here's what you can do.
We're not doing the digital.
We're not doing that. He's like, yeah, you're right. Let's just do business development.
You locked in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's great.
Yeah.
Good deal. Very happy. Very. Nice. And we acknowledge, hey, that's a shrewd negotiating tactic, but I learned how to read when I was 5 years old or whatever, and like that's a bad deal. Do you want me to sign that deal? Are you confident that we're going to be good at doing business for you if we agree to that?
Yeah.
That's the best. One of the best. There's the sales tip. Okay. If you're trying to negotiate or talk to somebody and they're just giving you these wild terms or something that's just totally a bad deal from you, whether it's your employer, prospect, whatever. If it's so ridiculous, you just need to turn it back on them and be like, do you really want me to sign this? Are you going to be confident that I'm going to do the job? Like, I had a comp plan slid across to me back in the day, and it was like, you're going to sell $10 million worth of new business, and we're going to pay you $30,000. I was like, do you want me to sign this? It's like, because if I sign this, I would fire me. Say you're a moron. It's a bad deal.
Yeah.
Right? So use that. It's a good sales tip.
Sales tip.
And that's pretty much it, man.
Yeah.
Weird stuff. The year's starting off hot. Hot.
Good.
Economy's great.
Good momentum.
It's getting there.
I think people are fired up.
Truder, Zeke in the director role, hiring a bunch of people. Told Trey, I was like, we need like a full stack developer to kind of go do the CRM and the app stuff a little more. Let's go get a facilities director, can clean and kind of take care of the place. Go get another account executive. Let's go get a bunch of BDRs. Let's go get this. Let's go get that. And he's like, yeah, no problem. So can I edit the website? Can I draft up this? Can I do the? Yes. It's like, yeah, well, Trey, I really don't know what the market rates are. And it's like, oh, that's why I got it. Yeah. I know how to do that. Yeah. Like, great. Like, yeah. And should we set up this Indeed page and like, dude, all these recommendations Trey's and proactive stuff. I was like, well, this is great.
I basically day one, I showed him what we had. And then he was like, all right, I don't need you. I'm good. I was like, sweet. Cool.
That's good.
I love that. Yeah.
All right. Any parting thoughts, Sam? Cam?
No, just hide your kids, hide your wives, hide your aunties and your uncles because they are climbing in your windows and snatching people up. So hide your kids, hide your wife.
That's it.
You heard it here first.
Hope that helps you sell more deals.
Yeah. Sales tips.
Sales tips.